It's a significantly colder morning today than it has been for the past previous days. So today I've got to make it north and eastwards across this part of the lake. And the first part of it's exposed, but then if I can make it about 10 kilometers or so, then I get into this island archipelago where there's a lot of shelter. It's the middle of the day and the wind just dropped, which is great, but it also got really quite cold. So I pulled over on this little tiny Tundra Island and I'm gonna layer up. Just your standard July Arctic outfit. Hat, raincoat, fleece, shirt, pants, rain pants, wool socks, thick rubber boots, gloves in the canoe. I do have another fleece if it gets colder, so I could double up on the fleece. Hey, check this little guy out. It's a grouse. If I had a rock, I could hit him. I don't know how they survive, but he's cute.
The grouse is running away very slowly.
I think she's trying to lure me away. I don't want to panic them too much. It's very strange. It's a large eddy of broken up ice just at the tip of an island. I don't know why it's all here. Maybe the wind has driven it here and it's just sticking together. It won't be here long, I don't think. Setting up my pack alarm. It's basically a perimeter alarm, the thin little monofilament line here. But in the tundra, where you can't attach this to trees, you've got to adapt and overcome. So I've got a ring here, and then some string or some cord, and then I wrap it around a rock here. Tie it off. And I use another rock as a high point. There. Now I have an anchor, and now I can redirect this line over to the next point. This one's simpler. I've tied a cord around a small willow, and that goes out to the redirect point. And then finally, I'm going to Velcro this to this attachment point, like a claymore mine, very close to where the line began. So it's basically making a complete circle around the tent. Then I take out the little lever, which has got a hook at the top. I put it in. When this gets turned, it makes a loud noise. So I'm going to feed the string through the tip so that it stays there. People want to know, does this work? Unequivocally, yes. I've had caribou set it off. I've had birds set it off. And I've set it off many, many times in the morning, getting in my tent and forgetting about it and just walking through the wire. On an expedition, you're always either drying something, which is why this clothing's up, or fixing something. The first thing I'm fixing is the spray deck for my canoe. This reinforcing material here is a little bit too low. This deck was designed for a different canoe that was a little bit narrower. This canoe's a little bit wider, meaning that the rubbing is now happening here on the fabric, and that's going to wear through in the next week or 2 weeks. Like, you can already see how much abrasion there's been on the inside. That's not waterproof anymore. So somehow I need to move this reinforcing area up a little bit. Second thing I need to work on is my water shoes. The sole is beginning to delaminate. So I'm going to try stuffing this full of shoe goo and then filling the seam of it with shoe glue and then sewing it with a sewing awl. These are the two projects for tonight. These shoes have to get fixed. For one, they're my portaging shoes. For two, they're the shoes I'm gonna wear flying south when I get to Arviat, because I don't have another set of running shoes with me. I don't have a travel shoes. These are my travel shoes. So the silicone putty injected in here, then socks stuffed in here so it can maintain its shape, and then wrapped with string to hold the sole to the upper, to the body of the shoe. Tomorrow I'll go through it with a sewing awl just to reinforce it with heavy duty thread. Sewing awl, such a useful tool. Also, why be sitting when you can be lying? You should be conserving as much energy as you can.